Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So happy Thanksgiving 2017. And due to in the past few days, this is a holiday season, so I get into more Wing Chun discussions, and that give me an inspirations to share with you the following. And please take what I'm sharing today really seriously. Look into it, okay? Because it will save you time and energy. Now, the first thing is, when people talk about Tao, Zen, Qi, okay, be really careful. Number one, Tao. The Chinese use the term Tao, okay? It is just simply as law of physics, law of biomechanics, law of nature. That's it. Don't take it more than that. You want to have something which is you are living with every day, not something out there, okay? Something you can see and touch every day. That is Tao. So when people say Tao, you know it is about law of physics or law of biomechanics, and not go more than that, okay? Now, the second thing is about Zen. When people talk about Zen, if they talk to you on the philosophy of Zen, you walk away, disregard of who they are. They can be the great grandmaster, or they can get the PhD in the religious study. They have no idea what is Zen. Okay? Now, Zen is as simple as to be able to see things clearly as it is. Okay? So, Zen is simply that. Be able to see things as it is. Okay? Now, if you read the chapter of my book, the basic ancient Wing Chun Kuen art and science, okay, basic ancient Wing Chun Kuen art and science, in the mind chapter, which is the mind core element chapter, the observations for awareness and the practice of the Amitabha or Amitofo for stability, that is the beginning to experience Zen. Okay? Zen never is philosophy. As we know in the mind core element or the mind chapter of the basic ancient Wing Chun art and science book, mind, you have four functions of mind. You have the thinking, you have the awareness, intentions, and then visualization. Anybody talk philosophy with you, you know they are trapping in thinking. While Zen is drop all those, get to the awareness and get the stability, be able to see things clearly. Okay? So that is the truth of the Zen. You can go to the real Zen patriarchs. You need to have this basic, I'm talking about the awareness and the stability in order to know Zen. You can talk about all kinds of philosophy, but there's nonsense. It got nothing to do with Zen. It's just Zen is not something you think. Okay, think and speculate. It's not like that. It's not a philosophy. Okay, now you have to be really careful on what happened with the Chinese martial arts, such as Wing Chun. So what happened is, we all know, due to the anti-Qing movement in China, where our Wing Chun ancestor is participating in that movement, they are using religion, namely Buddhism, as cover up. So many of today's, when they talk about Zen Buddhism, they really don't know what it is. Okay? Because what they do is they take the religion cover up of the anti-Qing as the teaching of Buddhism, which is completely not the case in the real life. Okay? So you have a real Zen teaching, which is the teaching of Buddha, the attainment. And then you have this anti-Qing use religion cover, which is named as Zen. You can talk about all philosophy and all everything, well, but that's got nothing to do with the Buddhism, the Buddha's teaching. Okay, you want to study real Buddha teaching, not that religion stuff, which is using for cover up for the anti-Qing. Okay, now the third thing, people like to thinking Jing, all this kind of stuff, like this magic internal Jing. Drop that. In Wing Chun, what you want to know for the basic fundamental is the mechanics, which I wrote in my book, Beginning Wing Chun Queen. It is there. So don't get into this Jing, this internal Jing, that Jing stuff. What you need to know is the mechanics, because it's only with the mechanics you can play, you can manipulate force, strength, and so forth, mechanic and so forth. Okay. So it is in the Beginning Wing Chun book. Has to be clear like that. Has to be, you have to be able to use it. It's not like you have some kind of magic. Drop it. The last one, which is a really serious one, is about this Wing Chun technique stuff. Somebody said there's a square body, side body, and all this thing. But it turns out that one have no idea what is going on the traditional Chinese martial arts. Okay, so don't chasing around techniques, or any lineage have any special techniques. Don't chase around that. One need to get to the fundamental and understand what is happening here. Now, for the entire core of the Chinese traditional martial art, as we know from the Qi Guang, it said that fighting is simply an exchange of change of momentum, and one momentum lead to another momentum. Okay, so there's two parts of it. The first is exchange of momentum or impulse. You need to have the impulse momentum theorem. Okay, as I have explained in my earlier video, you need to know how to generate impulse. You need to know the mechanics. You need to know how to handle the time of release. That part. Okay, that's handling momentum. And then you need to know another part, which is today I want to share with you, is the continuity of momentum, or the continuity of impulse. That is what General Qi Guang said, one momentum lead to another momentum. So fighting is an exchange of change of momentum, or exchange of impulse, simply put that. And then within fighting, that is one impulse or one momentum change lead to another momentum change. So there's two parts of it. And this one momentum change lead to another momentum change, which is I call continuity. It has a term which is Bruce Lee like to use, flow like water, because when one impulse continue on to the next impulse or momentum change, is flowing like water. That's what it is. So you need to know these two parts. And in the other video, my past video, explain you of the impulse momentum theorem. It is clear already to explain how force is handling you need to generate the impulse and so forth. And as for the continuity of momentum, I like to explain you this way so that you know here on. If you look at Thai boxing. Okay, Thai boxing. You see, it is not just a round kick, but it continues with different strike and inputs coming in. It is not just one kick. Okay, just go in, and you can see the Thai boxing style have its signature. Now, if you look at Kyokushin also use low round kick, but Kyokushin have a different type of continuity of momentum. Okay, Kyokushin will do this type of style, while Thai boxing will do a lot of elbow stuff. You look at that, even though if you look at like a low round kick, Kyokushin and Thai boxing both use it, but the continuity of the momentum is different. Even though they are both long fist in the distance, a long fist distance, but they are different. Okay, so that continuity of momentum is the signature of the style, and of course, it is supported by this impulse momentum theorem, which has to generate the impulse to supporting it. Okay, so get it? Two parts. One is the continuity, which is how it is a signature of the style, and another one is to generate the pulse, the impulse to support it, and both you need mechanics. Okay, so it is not just one low round kick techniques, or one spear elbow technique. It is not. It is the continuity which is showing the thing. Okay, and of course, it is the zone of fighting. You have the characteristic there. So if you take a look at Kyokushin and Thai boxing, you see they can use very similar techniques, but they are different. Okay, and they have different input generations and the mechanics. Okay, now let's go to Wing Chun. So instead of arguing about square body Wing Chun, side body Wing Chun, slant body Wing Chun, all this, seriously, is called nonsense. If you know Wing Chun, you don't do that. So Wing Chun is what? Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike. So Wing Chun has to have the characteristic, has to have the characteristic of shoot in, and has to have the characteristic of all the 7 balls is playing here. In Chinese, this have a term, a special term. It's called feel in. Okay, you have to feel your body. This is opponent. Feel your body in. So you shoot in, you feel your body in, and then all your 7 ball is intact here, and you're piercing through him. That is Wing Chun. This is called sticking body short strike, according to Shaolin short strike scripture 1784. I don't invent it. Go check it. You just go in, feel in. Okay, you close in, you feel in, all your 7 ball go, spin that. Okay, that is Wing Chun. So you see, you have the Wing Chun continuity to be able to shoot in, be able to close in, to receive, to fill in, and all the 7 balls has to be able to activate in pouring. That is the description of Wing Chun based on the, as we just mentioned, there's 2 parts, the impulse momentum theorem part and the continuity of momentum part. Okay? So get it clearly what it is, instead of we talking out of context. It's been decades, and people need to clean this thing up. You cannot say, oh, everybody who use low round kick is Thai boxing. Or my interpretations, the low kick is Kyokushin or Taekwondo. Well, you need to look at more than that. Okay? Now, Finally, I want to tell you one thing. Today is 2017 Thanksgiving. I want to tell you one thing. One thing which is for somebody it will be like a bomb, and somebody will be really happy. But for somebody it will be like a bomb. It's always like that. The world have there are different type of people. And what I'm going to tell you is something our ancestor, the grandmaster in past hundreds of years, not hundreds of years, decades, okay, almost 100 of years, which is do not get it fixed, and today we want to fix it. Remember, I'm a short strike. I want to get into. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot in, right? My body has to be in here, right? Now, if you look at the Wing Chun stance, okay, you see this? Like in the Chun set. The weight behind, this is in front, drag, all kinds of stuff. Or you kick, you drag, this type of stance where your back weight is back here. Or you punch this way, okay? Or you drag this way. Those are all reverse of the closed body. In other words, those are all wrong. If you do that, my body cannot fill in, cannot close in. Okay? If you do that, my body cannot close in. And if I want to shoot in, I have to shoot in this way. So, actually, that is a mistake that need to be fixed. It has to be. Put your weight here. Put here right away. Why? You cover your crotch. Okay? You kick, you go, slap in. Okay? You cover your crotch. And then you see I'm close in already. See? I kick, go in. I cover my crotch. I'm already coming in, right? If I do this, kick, put down there, drag, you're dead. First, I'm far away. Second, this is all opened up. He can crush me. He can crush me in. All this entirely is open. So, Wing Chun, sticking body, short strike, you kick, you get in, you feel his body. This one, you cover up your crotch. Okay? And all your 7 bones intact. That is where Wing Chun play. Now, if you do this, you see this? Put it down. These people can stamp on my leg, stomp it, sweep it, and do anything to me. And I'm this far away from him. Okay? And as you know from the Shenfa, the body handling, I do not have impulse to go front. I stop here. If he come in, I'm dead. So, for Wing Chun, proper in. You step in, you go in. Your momentum, you generate it. Go in, very quickly you cover your crotch. Instead of, you go like that, put down there, open up, you drag the whole thing. Now, you don't have momentum, sir. You drag it, you're dead. Okay? So, it is actually this. Okay? It is not. You see that? You can take a slow motion picture to see this mechanics. It doesn't make sense. So, fix it. Whenever your Chum Q, your weight on the back, put in front. Just cover right away. Okay? Instead of do this, come in, drag the hell out of it where you don't have momentum and you're far away from him. You kick or whatever, you step in, feel in your body, quickly, this leg, cover your couch. And now you play. Okay? So, we need to fix that. I know. Many people say, who the hell you think you are? You think all the grandmasters do it wrong in the Chum Q set? Well, who say I'm perfect? Who say they are perfect? The issue is, you want to get in this way. You don't want to get in and leave this vulnerable to be attacked and to be attacked, and you don't have momentum and impulse to push in. Why are you keeping doing this? Okay? And the Shaolin short strike said very clearly, coming in. It's not, how many steps is there? You train this way, compare with you train this way. It is momentum handling. One momentum lead to another momentum, or the continuity, and the mechanics supporting it, which is the law govern it, not me or any grandmaster. So this is to share with you today.